Sweet V's, it's the Sweetest Vegan here. Today on the show I'm going to show you how to cook squash. Now I know what you're thinking because I hated squash too for the longest of times, but as I got older I started going to these banquets, and you know how they traditionally just like barely cook vegetables at banquets, like everything is kind of crisp when it's really just hard and undercooked. Well, that's how the squash was, and I ate the squash zucchini mix and I was like, this actually isn't that bad. It was the opposite of what I was used to, because growing up when my grandmother would cook squash all the time, she would cook it all the way down until it was like squash, like a mush of like yellowness, and it was like, I hate the texture of this stuff. Like, it didn't taste that bad, but I just hated the feeling of it in my mouth. So today on the show I'm going to show you how to cook it north of where the banquets cooked it, which is like not at all, and south of where my grandmother cooked it, which is like all the way down to its like mushy liquids. Here we go. We're going to start this recipe by prepping our ingredients. I'm going to slice up some carrot, and then I'm going to slice my zucchini and try to keep it all around the same size, and then I'm going to roughly chop an onion. I'm keeping all this stuff kind of large because I like to be able to see the ingredients in my food. I feel like it just enriches the whole experience. Next, we're going to add some vegan butter to a frying pan. You can use whatever oil you would like. Olive oil would be good, coconut oil, canola oil, whatever you want to use. I'm using Earth Balance vegan butter. Let that get all melted. Let the skillet get hot over medium-high heat, and then we're going to add in our ingredients. I'm going to lay down my squash, and I have a particular way that I want to present this, so I'm being a little mindful of how I'm placing it in the frying pan, but just lay it out in an even layer. You don't want any of the squash laying on top of each other, and then you want to add in your carrots and add in your onions. As you can see, I'm going to have to do 2 batches, but it's really not a problem because squash does not take that long to cook. About 2 to 3 minutes into your cooking or sauteing of the squash, you could go ahead and season it with salt, pepper, and parsley, or whatever you choose. Those are just the combination that I like. So salt, pepper, and parsley it on up. Then you can flip it. It doesn't take long. It should be soft but not squishy, and it should be crisp but not, you know, tough or hard. So go ahead and turn those over, and once they have cooked on that side, they should be like lightly browned on both sides. You can go ahead and plate them in whatever dish you like. And I kept my onions and carrots separate from the squash just in case you have a picky family member, or you're picky yourself about mixing your food, you don't want it to touch, or somebody doesn't like carrots. You could just line it all up. It looks really pretty this way too, so it's perfect, and it looks delicious. So let's give it a taste test. This is really probably the best squash I've ever had. I'm really enjoying the texture. I like the crunch, I like the softness, and I really enjoy the flavor combination of the squash and the carrots together. And that's something that came up with at the last minute, so I'm really proud of myself too. That's it for today. Bye. They said that you were being shy the other day. See, he's not shy. He just has a short attention span. Right, Buster? He's questioning me. What are we doing, you wonder? Why am I talking to you like this? Why are you looking like that? Don't try to act like, see, he just has a short attention span. Bye, Buster.